The Obianwu family was the kind of family that newspapers loved and neighbors envied. Powerful, polished, perfect. At the center of their empire stood Chief Augustine Obianwu, billionaire industrialist and philanthropist, a man who had climbed from obscurity to unimaginable wealth. His wife, Lady Azine, was elegance personified, charitable, soft-spoken, adored by the public. They had 2 children, Daniel, the disciplined firstborn groomed to inherit everything, and Amara, their brilliant artistic daughter loved for her kindness. The gates of their mansion, the House of Golden Shadows, as the locals called it, glimmered in the sun, hiding gardens, fountains, and luxuries that ordinary people only saw in magazines. To outsiders, they looked flawless, untouchable, blessed. But inside the walls, behind the painted smiles and polished interviews, the Obianwu family guarded something monstrous. A secret so dark it could crumble their empire. And the first spark of destruction came on the night Daniel turned 27. After Daniel's birthday dinner, the family retired to their rooms. Daniel lingered behind, replaying fragments of his father's toast in his head. To Daniel, my first son, the future of our legacy. Something about the way Chief Obianwu said it felt heavy, almost rehearsed, almost forced. When Daniel finally went to his suite, he found an envelope slid under his door. No name, no handwriting, just 2 words. Ask your mother. Daniel frowned. Inside the envelope was a single photograph, a picture of a newborn baby wrapped in a tattered hospital cloth. On the back was a date. The same day, Daniel was born. But the baby in the picture was lying in what looked like an overcrowded, impoverished public hospital, not the elite private facility he'd always been told he was born in. Confusion became dread. At midnight, unable to sleep, he went to his mother's private parlor. "Mother," he said, trembling, "I need to know the truth." Lady Azine froze when she saw the photo. Her hands shook, her eyes widened, tears welled instantly. "Who gave you this?" she whispered. "It was under my door," Daniel said. "Tell me what this means." She shut her eyes as if preparing for execution. "Daniel, I prayed this day would never come." Azine sank into her chair and began to speak. 27 years earlier, before they were wealthy, she and Augustine had been struggling. Their business was collapsing, investors were withdrawing, and she was heavily pregnant. The stress triggered early labor. They rushed to the nearest public hospital, dirty, understaffed, chaotic. She gave birth to a frail baby boy. He wasn't breathing at first, she whispered, tears flooding her face. He cried only once, very faintly. The doctors tried everything. Daniel's heart thudded painfully. The doctor told us he wouldn't make it. Daniel felt the floor tilt beneath him. "That photo," she sobbed, "was taken minutes before they told us he was gone." Daniel stared at her. "So you're saying I died?" "No," she cried. "Just listen." According to her, Chief Obianwu had vanished from the room for an hour. When he returned, he was holding a newborn, healthy, crying, alive. He told me, "Azine, God has given us another chance. This child will live. This child is ours." Daniel felt a chill crawl down his spine. "Where did he get the child?" Azine shook her head helplessly. "He never told me. I didn't ask. I was broken, grieving, desperate. When he placed you in my arms, I let myself believe." Daniel stumbled back. "So I'm not your biological son?" "You are my son," Azine whispered. "Blood or not, but biologically a no." The world shattered around Daniel. The Obianwu heir was stolen. His entire life was a lie. And somewhere out there, another man, another boy, had lived the life meant for him. "Where is my real mother?" Daniel whispered, voice cracking. I don't know, Azina said, shaking. Your father never told me. He buried the truth with money. Daniel felt rage boil inside him. I'm going to ask him. Azina grabbed his wrist. Be careful, Daniel. Your father isn't the man you think he is. Daniel confronted Chief Obianwu the next morning. Chief was in his glass-walled office, overlooking acres of land, looking every bit the emperor he had become. Daniel placed the photo on his father's desk. Chief didn't flinch, didn't blink, didn't even look surprised. So, Chief said calmly, you know. Daniel's fists trembled. Tell me where I come from. Chief leaned back, folding his hands. You come from me. Daniel slammed his hand on the desk. Stop lying. Where did you get me? Who are my real parents? Chief exhaled slowly. That information will never help you. You are an Obianwu. Nothing else matters. It matters to me, Daniel roared. Chief's voice dropped to a cold whisper. Then prepare yourself for pain. Daniel felt fear twist his stomach. His father had always been strict, but this was something else, an icy cruelty Daniel had never seen before. You were chosen, Chief said. Do you think I would allow the future of my legacy to die in a filthy public hospital? I did what was necessary. Daniel's voice shook. You stole a child. Chief's eyes hardened. I saved a family. I built an empire. Weak men let life happen to them. Strong men take what they need. Daniel stared at his father as if seeing a monster wearing human skin. I want the truth, he said through clenched teeth. Every detail. Chief looked away. You're not ready. Daniel left before he could explode, but he was ready. He was ready to uncover every secret hidden behind their wealth, no matter the cost. While Daniel wrestled with the truth, his younger sister Amara was fighting her own battle. Amara had always felt different, out of place, emotionally distant from her father, terrified to disappoint him, uncomfortable with the pressure of their perfect family image. 2 days after Daniel's discovery, Amara overheard her parents arguing behind closed doors. Chief's voice was sharp. This is why I told you not to tell him. Do you know the damage this can do? Our name, our holdings, our reputation, Azina cried softly. He's our son, Augustine. He deserves the truth. He deserves what I decide. Amara froze. Their voices were so intense she began shaking. Then she heard it. Azina's trembling confession. I fear the girl will find out too. That night, unable to sleep, she entered her mother's old storage room. It was stacked with boxes labeled with years, photos, documents, memories. She dug through the 1999 box, the year she was born. She found her birth certificate. Then another birth certificate, same date, different hospital. Then a series of documents, sealed in an envelope with her mother's handwriting. Never show this to Augustine. Amara opened it. Inside were medical reports, sonograms, letters, and a death certificate, her own. Her vision blurred. It said, Baby girl Obianwu, died, 28 minutes after birth. Her knees buckled. Her father had lied. Her mother had buried the truth. Her entire life was borrowed. Amara let out a strangled scream. She wasn't dead, but someone else had died that day, and someone else had lived as her. Her tears soaked the papers. The Obianwu children, Daniel and Amara, were both stolen, both replaced, both raised on a foundation of blood and deception. A dynasty built on the bones of two unknown families. Daniel found Amara in her room, surrounded by papers, crying uncontrollably. He instantly knew. You too? He whispered. She nodded weakly. He sank beside her, pulling her into his arms. We were never theirs, she choked. We were theirs in love, Daniel whispered. But not in blood. They sat in silence, trembling. After a long moment, Amara whispered, If we were stolen, where are our real families? Did our parents look for us? Are they alive? Daniel swallowed the pain rising in his throat. We will find out. And the babies who died, Amara whispered, were they really dead? Or did he replace them? Daniel froze. That possibility had never crossed his mind. What if their biological siblings were alive? What if more children had been taken? What if the foundation of the Obianwu Empire was built on child trafficking, baby replacement, bribed doctors, and buried truths? Daniel stood abruptly. We need to dig deeper. Amara wiped her eyes. But he will never tell us. Daniel's eyes darkened. Then we'll find someone who will. They tracked down the doctor who had delivered both of them, Dr. Vincent Uzomaka. He had been fired years ago and now worked at a small rural clinic. When he saw them approach, he turned pale. You shouldn't be here, he said, voice trembling. Daniel stepped forward. Tell us the truth. I can't. Amara stepped beside him. Doctor, please. Our entire lives were lies. You delivered us. You know what happened. The doctor flinched. His lips quivered. Then he whispered, I warned your father not to do it. I begged him. But Chief Obianwu, he is not a man you disobey. Daniel's blood ran cold. What did he do? Dr. Vincent sank into his chair, defeated. He paid poor families desperate for money, to give up their newborns. Some were told their children died. Some were threatened. Some disappeared. Amara gasped, covering her mouth. Daniel clenched his fists till his nails dug into his palm. You were both taken, Vincent continued, and the babies your mother lost were never buried in the hospital. They never made it to any morgue. I don't know where he took them, but I know they didn't die naturally. Amara collapsed into tears. Daniel trembled violently. This is evil, Daniel whispered. This goes beyond us. The doctor nodded weakly. Your father built wealth by buying people, stealing children. Silence was bought with money. I was young, scared, trapped. If I spoke, he would have destroyed my career, my family. But you can speak now, Daniel said. The doctor shook his head frantically. No, he owns the police. He owns the courts. If he finds out I told you, he won't, Daniel said sharply. We won't involve him. But it was too late. A black SUV pulled up outside. Chief security. They had been followed. Run, the doctor whispered. But Daniel and Amara were already scrambling out the back door. That night, Chief Obianwu summoned them to his private office. The atmosphere was suffocating. Ezina was there, eyes red from crying. Chief stood behind his massive desk like a judge sentencing sinners. So, he said calmly, you've been digging. Daniel's jaw tightened. We know everything. Do you? Chief asked with a cold smile. Do you truly understand what you owe me? Amara stepped forward, voice shaking with rage. You stole us. I saved you, Chief snapped. You would have grown up in misery, poverty, disease. Instead, you grew up in comfort, education, opportunity. You should thank me. Daniel spat. You kidnapped us. I acquired you, Chief corrected. And I built an empire worthy of you. Silence. Heavy. Disgusted. Horrified. Chief stepped closer, his eyes wild. You are Obianwu's. Everything you are, your life, your future, comes from me. No, Daniel said quietly. Everything we are came from the families you stole us from. Chief's expression twisted. You are my legacy. We are your crime, Amara said. A slap cracked through the room. Chief had struck her. Daniel lunged forward, fury exploding, but Ezina screamed and pulled him back. Chief's voice boomed like thunder. If you walk out of this house, you walk away from every comfort you've ever known. You will lose everything. Daniel's voice was calm, cold, deadly. We already lost everything the day we were stolen. He took Amara's hand, and they walked out. For the first time in their lives, they were free. But freedom came with a cost. Everything was about to burn. Daniel and Amara left the mansion and moved into a small rented apartment. They had nothing but determination, anger, and each other. They contacted investigators, journalists, human rights activists, and slowly, piece by piece, the Obianwu empire crumbled. 2 nurses confessed. 1 ex-security guard testified. Financial records surfaced. Bribes, under-the-table payments, forged hospital documents. The scandal broke nationwide. Chief was arrested. Lady Ezine voluntarily surrendered herself and cooperated fully. The mansion, once the House of Golden Shadows, became a crime scene. But for Daniel and Amara, justice wasn't enough. They wanted truth. They wanted identity. They wanted home. A year passed. Chief Obianwu was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. The Obianwu empire dissolved. The mansion was confiscated by the government. Lady Ezine remarried her freedom, and the siblings rebuilt their lives from scratch. They started a foundation for stolen children, those who vanished in hospitals, those whose identities were erased by greed and corruption. They named it the House of Golden Shadows, reclaiming the pain that shaped them.